Okay, hi everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to put A3 clutch shoes onto an A35 hub here. If you can see, the clutch material on here is a lot better and goes all the way around this clutch pad, whereas on the A35 they have shitty cork clutch material, friction material on there, and it only goes, it doesn't go all the way to each edge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to take this and put it onto here, because this hub is also different than the middle hub on here. And if I try to put this hub onto the crankshaft of here, it's a no-go. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Okay, so I have both of these clutches taken apart, and you can see the difference between the A35 clutch hub and the A3 clutch hub here. The notches are a little bit different. So what we're going to do is these are basically just square cut little notches. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this on top of here and line it up so it's in the middle of the other holes here, so we can keep as much metal on either side as we can. Line those up right there, and then just cut those out with a Dremel or an angle grinder if you have one. It makes it go a little bit quicker. And then we can put these clutch shoes onto this hub. The reason we can't just throw this on here like this is because, I don't know if you can see it on here, it's really hard to see, but this does not come in far enough, so you need to either cut that in a little bit, or just go ahead and cut these same little slots into your A35 hub. I think that's a little bit easier to do, so that's what I'm going to do here today. And so the next step is cutting these in, so I'm going to do that next. Okay, I have both of the clutches actually in this vise here lined up next to each other, and the notch from the A3 clutch shoe, or the clutch hub, is centered in between the other notches on the A35 clutch hub. And we're going to take this angle grinder here and just go ahead and cut that out to match the A3, so we can just slap the other shoes onto the A35 hub. It's that simple. So I'm going to cut these, flip it around, do the next one, flip it around, do all three of them, and then put the clutch all back together, and it's ready to go. Put it back in the bike and blast. Okay, so when you're finished with your hub, it should look like this, and you should be able to put all three of your A3 clutch shoes onto this hub. Now, there is one weird thing that you have to take note of. On these shoes, if you look, the difference between the A3 and the A35 shoes are the pin is in the opposite side. So when the clutch is spinning, if you turn it the normal way, it would be, it actually would be spinning this way, and that's not, or wait, it would be spinning this way, and that's not the way you want it to be spinning. So what you do is you flip this over and install it this way, so while the clutch is spinning this way, clockwise, it'll actually be pulling it from the front instead of pushing it from the back. So that's a little bit weird, but it will run fine that way. And yeah, you should be able to have A3 clutch shoes, which have a lot more material and a lot better material that won't wear down as easily, onto your A35 clutch hub. And one other thing that I did run into was when I cut these, they were a little bit too thin side to side, so I just grinded it out a little bit so that this pin would fit. So let me go ahead and put one of these shoes on here just to show you that this works. Give me a second. I'm going to put this camera down. Okay, so here is the clutch hub with one of those shoes on there, and if you put all three of them on, it should work perfectly. That's it. And you can also use the second gear clutch hubs too off of an A3. They're the same clutch shoes, So if you buy a whole clutch, then that's an extra set of pads if you ever wear these down or need another set. That's all. All right. So here's the final product of putting the A3 shoes onto the A35 hub. That is flipped around the opposite way, so when you do put this onto the crankshaft, you can see that the springs are facing outward, but that is not a big deal. It does not matter. And this fits nicely right inside of the clutch bell right there. You can even shave down the edges of these, sand them down with a Dremel or something if you think it's engaging too early, or cut down the spring. Whatever you prefer to do, but I find these last a lot longer than the A35 crappy cork clutch friction material. So there you go, pretty easy to do. Took me about, I don't know, half an hour here. So.